Yeah. Okay. Enough. Hey guys, Heretic You here. I just thought I would throw up a quick video showing off my latest paint project, which is these Kum Bikers for Infinity for my hack slam. So, also I thought I would do a quick little, I don't know, tournament post-mortem? Sure, we'll call it that. Go over lists, my list, go over the tournament, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so, if you've been following my videos lately, kind of been exploring a lot of Infinity, kind of just getting into it, getting a feel and wanting to learn more. So last week I went to my first tournament, ITS, which is the Infinity tournament system. That's their kind of their official format. I'm not sure if all the tournaments are going to be run this way, but the way this one worked was you were allowed to build 2 lists, and they were time turns. So it kind of reminded me of Blood Bowl in that way. Time turns was interesting, you know. They had little chess clocks there, so each player had 15 minutes to take their turn. But also, when you would declare arrows, which are automatic reaction orders, basically interrupting your opponent's turn with shots or actions or whatever, it actually took a little bit of time. You had to basically switch the time, and so your arrows would count against your turn time. So that was, at first, was troubling, but I think after round 1, everyone got used to it really quickly, and I don't think I ever had a problem taking my turn. I would end with like 6 to 8 minutes left, so it wasn't a big deal. Okay, so them's the rules for the tournament. The missions was supplies and Nimbus Zone are the 2 missions that I played, and then I had to buy round 3. But yeah, so one thing of note, I wish I had taken more specialists. I thought I was safe with, I think each list I had, we go over them. There's one really weak list that I had, which was basically just 2 of the box set. It was like at the time I made the list, I had the basic box set and one of the sectorial box sets. And I was like, okay, this is enough for 200 points, but I don't think it's gonna do well. In fact, it did not do well at all. So I needed a couple extra blisters and stuff like that. But that was my safe list. That was if the stuff I ordered didn't show up on time and I couldn't paint it in time. So I tried that list once, and I tried it on was it Nimbus Zone? No, it was supplies. And only because I think it had, let me go over the list here. Let's see, it had a doctor and a hacker and a forward observer. 3 specialists in 200 points. Not quite enough. I could have easily squeezed in this Gulam doctor along with my Janissary doctor. So at least I would have had 2 doctors, 1 hacker, 1 forward observer. But that's okay. So that was garbage. My second list, the more interesting list, it actually, in 200 points, I was able to get 10 activations. So I maxed out on activations. I spent 3 special weapon costs in it. And it was basically, let's see, what's my list? Had this Faraday in it. It had a regular Ghulam. How many Ghulams did I have? 1, 2, 3 Ghulams. Where's my other Ghulam? Boom. And then the Dr. Ghulam with the med kit. The Odalisk. I didn't bring him out for the video. Oh well. But let's say this was my Janissary doctor. And I bought an engineer and a hacker. And then I also had... I think that was basically it. So 10 troopers, 10 orders. I thought it was pretty good. The one thing it was lacking, which was a sniper. And so I think I gotta figure a way to get, at least 1 or 2 snipers with specialists in, if it's going to be an effective list, right? So I'm kind of torn about just fielding cool shit like these bikers. Like I tried these bikers out over the weekend, and they did not do well. So if anyone has any tactica for the bikers, post it down below. That'd be great. But anyways, so you're either gonna field cool looking shit or stuff that does well, and I think for the next ITS, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna build a list of things that I think are pretty fucking cool, and just be like, that's my fuck it list, and then build a serious list, or try and attempt to build a serious list. So the idea is, you go to a tournament and you play your serious list, and if you lose, oh well, then you play your cool shit, because then you're just playing for fun, And I think after getting a taste of my first ITS, I would rather just play for fun. Like, to me, the Infinity games that I've enjoyed is when it's, you sitting down, and it's not like the Infinity tournament system. It's 3 turns, and a lot can happen in 3 turns in Infinity. I know in like most games you're like, 3 turns, that's odd. But Infinity, a lot can happen. But I still like, the idea of just sitting down and having a fun game. And so, I'm hoping to get the rules for Paradiso and just play kind of like a campaign or scenario, just kind of a story-based thing. I think the game really shines in the story-based stuff. Tournaments, I think ITS is a fine format. I think it's pretty good overall. Like, I had fun at the tournament. Going back to the post-mortem, I had fun, but I think and it's great to meet new people. It's great to see, and I learned a lot from these guys that play Infinity all the time. So hopefully I'll get better battle reports, more accurate and a little bit more detailed. But I think at the end of the day, I would rather just, I like the narrative story stuff, and there are different ways to play Infinity. Actually, this I found out. Like, ITS is only one version of Infinity. You can play the campaign system, you can play the one-off system, you can play Spec Ops. So just kind of, I'm gonna have fun kind of exploring all of those things. We're still gonna document my road to Infinity type thing. This is part 2. You know, and I really don't want it to be list building exercises. I think that's like the least entertaining to me. Like, I don't know, it's the most meh part about wargaming is just composing lists. Like, I know some people are just, they go crazy over lists. They just build lists in their sleep, and they love building lists. Yeah, not so much for me though. I don't know. I see these bikers and I'm like, you know what? They have to be on the table. Like they kind of do. And so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this experiment goes. So in 2 weeks, there's the main Kingdom Con ITS tournaments. There's actually 2 tournaments of that, and it should be pretty fun. I'll try to squeeze as much Infinity games as possible. Yeah, I actually played a bunch of games, but you know, I have kind of like shoddy footage, and it's just not good enough to throw up on YouTube. You know, taking some pictures and, you know, doing that kind of stuff. Maybe all as a collaborative. Maybe I'll put it all together. Maybe that's the way to go. Anyways, yeah. Well, this is sort of a ramble, but I guess to sum up the first ITS, I think it's very fun to play at a competitive level. I'm not there yet, and that's fine. Like, I'm totally okay with that. So for these next 2 tournaments, you know, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try my hardest, but I also want to field the stuff I want to field. So I've got some stuff that is being primered up right now that is more of the serious stuff. Like, I bought a LASIK, and a Rajik, and another Gulam with a heavy machine gun. So that stuff will help me in a 300 point list. I think it's going to be interesting, and I can fit all that stuff in. But I'm thinking of buying, like, what do they call it, a tag, the tag for Hak Islam, and the bikes, and I'm just gonna have like the cool stuff in a list and just see how that rolls, and we'll see how the experiment goes. Anyways, hey, I guess that's it. It was late night, and I just wanted to, I don't know, show off the bikers, talk about my experience so far in the tournaments. I have no idea why that'd be of interest to anyone, but there you go. Hopefully next week we'll be back with some battle reports. Until then, I'll see you guys. All right, laters.